Hello, everyone. My name is Patricia Varlak, your Breakthrough Now coach, because I truly believe you can get your breakthrough right now. Today, the topic is 8 ways to help your friend who has been through mother daughter trauma. The first thing I recommend is get knowledge on the topic. Read through, listen to videos on the topic of mother daughter trauma. Understand the origin. Understand what your friend is going through right now. What are some of the symptoms, etc. As I have explained in some of my previous videos on older mother, younger daughter trauma, some people have been through trauma and they don't even know they've been through trauma, but they're suffering right now. They're suffering in their relationships, with their health, they're suffering with their financial situation, and they're depressed or they're burned out and they're not understanding. And they don't know that maybe it's due to mother daughter trauma. So do your research and find out what is it exactly your friend is going through. Number two, have empathy and compassion for your friend. It's very comforting to have someone around who is understanding, who is like feeling what you're going through. At least they're doing their best to feel, to understand you, to have empathy, to have compassion, showing some love to a person who's going through a tough time. Number three, just listen. We as women, we have the need to talk. So we also have the need for someone to listen to us. And when we talk, it helps us to think through stuff. It helps to bring clarity to the mind. So this is why it's very important to have a listening ear. I remember when I was going through depression and burnout, there was this lady named Mareike from South Africa. And many times she would call me and she would listen to me. She would share her story. She was also going through breakout, but she took her time always to listen to me, to encourage me. And that gave me a big sense of comfort, having that one person who would listen to me. Number four, don't judge. And I really appreciated this same lady, Mareike. She would listen to me and she wouldn't judge. Many times we judge and we don't have all the information. Many times we judge and actually we are the same. So we are not supposed to judge to start with. So please don't do it. You do more harm when you judge. It's like you're pushing the person deeper into that negative sphere, that negative um, hole they are already in. So refrain from judging. It is not your job to judge. Number five, hug your friend. Hug your friend because some of the abuse or the trauma they've been through is that, for example, some people have not been touched enough and actually they are craving for the touch. So hug them. It can be that a person will say, "Don't hug me," and I've had that experience where, for example, I felt uncomfortable with people hugging me because I didn't grow up being hugged. And I remember once I had a hard time thinking, "Oh, I want to hug my brother I was living with." I'm like, I want to break this barrier. And when I hugged him, he pushed me away, like, "What are you doing?" When actually hugging is a form of love, of giving and receiving love. Very important. We need to be hugged. It also helps us physically to be healthy. So if your friend feels a little uncomfortable, you do it gradually until your friend feels comfortable that you hug her. Also say, "I love you." Very important. Just like in our culture, we don't hug enough. Also, we don't say enough, "I love you." People need to hear it. People need to hear it. "I love you." And be sincere in saying, "I love you." Don't just say, "I love you" to say it, but be sincere. Let your friend know, "I love you." Number six, help your friend with chores. If your friend is going through a depression or burnout, your friend doesn't have energy to do all the work and probably is feeling overwhelmed. So, by helping your friend with things like cooking, washing the dishes, helping her around the house with or in the garden, or maybe running and doing some chores for her. That really, really helps your friend. Also, the next thing, number seven, look into the mirror. And this also is good for when you want to judge. Look in the mirror. Your friend is your mirror. Birds of a feather flock together. In what ways are you the same as your friend? You know, sometimes we see our friend go through something and we're thinking it's out there, but it's also in us because we reflect each other. Maybe the friend is showing, like, for example, burnout, depression, more negativity. But maybe it's in you too, but it hasn't come up yet for you to deal with. And this is why it's important not to judge. But what are the things that you and your friend have in common? Could it be that you also went through trauma? Could it be that you also were abused in one form or the other? You can help your friend by you yourself looking at your friend, and then you can truly understand your friend. You know, I remember when I went through the second time I went through a long period of depression, I used to read the book of Psalms. And by reading the book of Psalms, it gave me a lot of comfort. Why? I felt, hey, this is someone who could understand me. This is someone who's been through the same thing. And they're honest enough to say it, to talk about it. A lot of us we're not honest because we feel if I'm honest, people will know I'm hurting. Listen to me. Everybody hurts. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody hurts. Your friend is hurting. Maybe it's an indication you are hurting too. So look in the mirror. How am I hurting? How am I just like my friend? Because then truly I can tell her, you know, I feel, I feel you. You can have empathy. I feel you. I know what you're going through. And just those words, they are very comforting. You can tell your friend, I hear you and I see you. Because someone who has been through trauma, many times they feel alone and they feel like no one understands. But just by saying, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, it's very comforting. And number nine, the last thing you can do to help your friend is to just share my videos. Yeah, share my videos. As I mentioned in my earlier videos, that on older mother, younger daughter trauma, some people have been through trauma and they don't even know it. They're suffering right now, not knowing that the root of their suffering goes back to early mother daughter trauma. So, just by sharing my videos, it will help. I want to thank you very much for listening. I want you to please like my video, subscribe to my channel, also like my Facebook page, Breakthrough Now Coach, where I also post some other stuff on the topic. Thank you for listening and have a great day.